Well, you know, divorce is not something anyone really wants to go through, but if you find that there is just no other choice, then you may find yourself in need of a lawyer. But do you really need one? Mervyn Brody is a family law attorney and partner with Jaburg Wilk, and he's here to answer that question. First of all, welcome to Sonoran Living.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Lots of questions. First of all, explain to me what this means. Arizona is a no-fault state when it comes to divorce. What does that mean?
Internationally, and I believe in some states in the US, there needs to be a reason for getting divorced. Maybe abandonment, maybe violence, maybe some other
irreconcilable differences.
Well, that's the Arizona standard.
Oh.
We don't need to have a reason that our spouse behaved inappropriately. The fact that the marriage is irretrievably broken, that is enough. That is our standard.
Okay, that's the standard here in Arizona. So,
yes.
Somebody decides to get a divorce. When do they not necessarily need to hire an attorney?
I would think that speaking to an attorney is always a good idea.
Okay.
But less so when there are no children, there are very few assets. Under those circumstances, perhaps one can get away without at least talking to a lawyer.
Okay.
If, however, there are children, it is important, it is critical to make sure that you understand what the arrangement is.
Okay.
Understand where these children are going to go to school. Where are they going to be visiting? What are the rules to make sure that you and your ex-spouse can get along sufficiently so that the child has a good life going forward?
Well, and when you're in the middle of that situation, you're not necessarily thinking long term. Having an attorney to help you think ahead to make those plans, I'm assuming, is beneficial to everybody, especially the children.
I would think that that is absolutely true. And remember, it is much easier to formulate a plan now than to change the plan down the road.
Okay.
Once the court has an order in place, it becomes incredibly difficult to change that order. The result, do it now and do it properly, as opposed to thinking that you'll fix it later.
Okay.
Typically, you will have a struggle to fix it later.
Exactly. All right, well, what if you're in a situation where maybe you don't have children, but perhaps you have lots of assets? Is an attorney important at that time?
I would think yes. The nature of divorce is to divide the assets. You cannot divide the assets if you don't know what the assets are. So there are many assets that are not easily identifiable. A car is easy. You know that you own a car. You see the car every day. What about stock options? What about IRA? What about pension benefits? What about possibly contributions that the community has made to a family cabin? Do you have an interest in that? What about a business? Has the business grown during the marriage? Does that need to be valued? What is it worth? It's easy to split an account that has $100 in. We each get 50. What about a business that has a good year and a bad year?
See, that's the thing. My head was just spinning. And if you're in the middle of a divorce, yours is too, because you brought up all these questions that a lot of people don't think about. Real quickly, debt is very important when it comes to divorce. And I would think that having an attorney to deal with that matter is critical.
I think you're right. The difficulty with debt is, as we all know, there is a thing called bankruptcy. So what we typically see, or what we often see, is one of the parties agrees to pay the debts, and you think that's a great deal. No problem, he's paying the debt, I'm done. And sometime later he files a bankruptcy, the debt comes back to you. Oh. So you need to know these things, you need to do whatever you can in terms of planning to provide for these eventualities, and there are many.
Okay, here's the thing. Somebody has maybe in the situation where they find that they really didn't need an attorney. Everything's amicable, no kids, few assets. What is, and I find this very fascinating, what is the one important walkaway that you want viewers to know?
Even if you think that you do not need an attorney, I would urge you to go and spend an hour with an attorney to review the documents. Make sure there is nothing missing. Make sure that there is nothing in those documents that's going to hurt you that you may struggle to change at a later date.
Nobody wants to go back and fix anything later. Mervyn, thank you very much. Really good information. And he wrote a very intense and extensive article on this topic. You can visit our website to see it. Jaburg Wilk is at 3200 North Central Avenue. They're in Suite 2000. Right here in Phoenix, 602-248-1000. To get a hold of Mervyn and to learn more, visit their website, jaburgwilk.com.